Hi, my name is Andres Felipe Bolaños Guernica, and today I'm going to present you my evidence number 3, which is a reflective video about the feasibility of the project we propose. So first of all, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the qualitative and quantitative variables that we find relevant and important when making the project. First of all, we have environmental factors. For example, the battery disposal is a problem that is not very well managed currently in the world because people don't really know how to do it or don't even care about it. And it is a really big problem issue because the chemics and the substances that batteries contain can be very hazardous for people's health as well as for the environment and the ecosystem. Also, plastic waste is an issue that has a lot of treatment nowadays, but still it has a huge impact and there's a lot of area to improve this problem. In regards to social factors, which is a qualitative variable, we find really important that the communities nowadays have become more conscious about the environmental issues and they are willing to apply sustainable practices more than they did many years ago. And we also have economic factors. In the case of the foundation, for example, the donor status is something that is really important because, as we know, Enrique Garcia Foundation works based on donations and they don't make profits. The donor status, which is something like, for example, to donators gives a tax reduction possibility, is a good incentive for donators to help this foundation, and also the cost reduction that our project would imply for the company. Going on to the process we followed to design the project and design our proposal, it was really extensive. We follow a lot of stages, as we can see over here. We first of all did a theoretical framework, in which, for example, we did a mapping of the current state of the industry, which was also helpful to identify internal and external factors relevant for the project. We also had to do the background of the industry and the company to understand the big scenario, which are like tendencies nowadays, areas of opportunity. Also, we did a structuring of the project based on project management, where we include, for example, the scope of the foundation, the benefits that are projected, all of this, the planning of the project, the market research, which was really useful to understand the market, and where was an area of opportunity where we could make a proposal, a technical study, and an economic evaluation to see if it was a feasible proposal. Do we consider that it is a sustainable process? Well, for this, we also consider a lot of relevant scopes about its application to make a decision about this. We did an internal and external factors analysis. For example, we did a PESTEL to analyze external factors that could impact our proposal. We also had to take in consideration to see if it was sustainable, the projected benefits, the marketing strategy and planning to see if it was feasible for the foundation to apply the project, the market analysis to see if it was going to be effective and successful in the market, as well as economic factors, which are also really relevant because the change we're proposing would imply some cost. So we need to see if that's something that the foundation can handle, as well as the technical study and the SROE, that it's something that helps to measure the impact of the proposal in terms of the society and environmental. About the economic viability of the project, we also, to assess this or validate it, we did a process where we decided to evaluate all the costs in which the foundation would incur if the project is implemented. The assumption we had is that the implementation of this project would reduce the cost by employing recycled materials, but we also took in consideration all the costs that this would incur in the new process. And the criteria was whether or not our proposal is more cost effective than traditional construction methods. In terms of stakeholders and their perspective for society, our project would signify a reduction in pollution, which particularly in marginalized communities has a greater impact and arises several health risks risks and issues for the population. Also, we find that from their perspective, communities nowadays are more open to more sustainable practices. Companies, for the foundation, it would imply a reduction in cost, allowing greater efficiency and making it likely for them to have a greater productivity. And also it is aligned with the objectives and values of the foundation. And in terms of the beneficiaries, it would allow job creation, for example, as well as more sustainable houses, and people are willing to turn more to sustainable houses and sustainable practices. So we think they would allow this project. Also, an important factor is that this could raise safety issues regarding construction materials, but we would clarify them that this wouldn't be something to worry about. Why should it be implemented? About the viability of our project, we have certain important factors, as they are the economic factors. We have the cost reduction in materials of construction, which is a benefit for the foundation. There is real value created, which is the value created in social and environmental aspects. They also could do alliances with other businesses. In terms of social factors, we will be improving the living standards in marginalized communities by reducing the amount of waste in streets and in lakes, for example, of these things. And this would also reduce the health risks. And in terms of environmental, it is kind of obvious, but we would reduce pollution greatly and remove a pollutant from the environment that can be very hazardous for people as well as for wildlife, which are batteries. Thanks.